Reconciliation is about establishing and maintaining
a mutually respectful relationship between Aboriginal and non-Aboriginal peoples in this country.
In order for that to happen, there has to be awareness of the past, an acknowledgement of the harm that's been inflicted,
atonement for the causes and action to change behavior.
My name is Randy Elm. I'm a 60 scoop survivor. I was adopted into a white family at 6 months of age. I was raised white. I had white ideals, but I was not white. I was Indigenous. The family that I was adopted into were very good to me. They allowed me to live my culture, but it was kind of hard walking in two worlds at that time. When I started with Petro-Canada 32 years ago, there wasn't very many Indigenous people working there. There was hardly any Indigenous employees. A lot of it was blue collar, plant operator talk. It was harsh. It was very, very racist. It was bad.
Suncor began our engagement with Indigenous communities decades ago. In the early days, our approach to Indigenous relations was more transactional. We realized as we learned along the way that we could have done better. So in 2015, we set out our first social goal, which is about changing the way we think and act as an organization in order to build mutual trust and respect with Indigenous peoples. In 2019, we recognized that we made progress in many areas of our work, but we knew there was still so much work ahead of us. So the social goal is evolving to our journey of reconciliation. To represent that it's not a check-the-box exercise with an end date, this is a transformational journey of cultural change within our organization. It's about shifting mindsets and behaviors.
I'm a co-facilitator to the blanket exercise, very powerful, very emotional. It was one of these blanket exercises. One of the guys came up to me and said, Randy, I'm sorry. And I said, you don't have to be sorry for what the government and people before us did to the Indigenous people. And he said, no, I'm not sorry for that. I'm sorry for calling you Cochise all those times. It was, disrespectful. And I know the story where it comes from now. So that was pretty powerful for me.
There are things that many of us didn't learn going through the school system in Canada. We didn't learn about the residential school systems. We didn't learn about the Indian Act. We didn't learn about the 60 Scoop. And by really learning and opening our minds to the true history of our country, then we can begin to move forward in reconciliation.
Reconciliation to me means living up to your word, standing behind what you say, making it sustainable for future generations. It is a big word. It is, it's a big ask. So that's why, this is going to take some time, and it's something that I'm proud to be a part of. The biggest hope that I have is for people to educate themselves more. It's the learning you learn along the way of your journey. It makes you whole, makes you a person. We all have to build from history, but our look is to the future.